What if we say that there is a tribe in Africa that shares their wives? Well, it might be hard to believe in taboo when we see that from a Western perspective. However, for the people of this tribe, it's part of their culture and values, a practice they have been performing for hundreds of years. The tribe we are talking about is the Maasai, who are indigenous people living in Kenya and Tanzania. But how do they spend their lives, and what traditions are found in this tribe? How does dinner allow families to come together, share love, tell stories, and enjoy life? Above all, what has become the reason that makes it normal for the tribe to share their wives? Welcome to a new episode of Black Afric Diary, a channel where we talk about Black African history, culture, arts, and civilization. It's a place where you will see the real picture of Black Africa, its stories, and the events defining it. In this episode, we will tell you about the Maasai tribe that shares their wives. Instead of criticizing it, we will try to find out how it's perfectly normal in the real world, the same way as LGBTQ in the West. Watch the video until the very end to know the story of white women who left their countries and began living with tribal African men of their choice. Let's get started. The Maasai community, an indigenous ethnic group from East Africa, stands as a living testament to the region's rich cultural diversity and enduring traditions. Their nomadic way of life, centered primarily around pastoralism, has left an undeniable imprint on the cultural fabric of East Africa, especially in the vast expanses of the Maasai Mara in Kenya and the Serengeti in Tanzania. These expansive savannas, stretching as far as the eye can see, have provided the Maasai with an ideal habitat for their pastoral activities, shaping their customs and traditions for countless generations. Estimates indicate that the Maasai population numbers in the hundreds of thousands, though it experiences fluctuations influenced by various factors. Despite the encroachment of modernization, many Maasai communities remain steadfastly committed to their traditional lifestyle, holding a deep-rooted connection to their cultural heritage. Even if the so-called modernity has reached Kenya and Tanzania, the Maasai tribe has chosen not to abandon their traditions. Instead, they hold them precious, valuing their close-knit communities. That's why we see gatherings and connections deeper than anywhere else in the people of the Maasai tribe. Originating from the fertile lands of the Lower Nile Valley, the Maasai embarked on a southward migration around the 15th century, eventually settling in their current territories during the 17th and 18th centuries. This migration was fraught with challenges, marked by conflicts and alliances with neighboring ethnic groups, which played a crucial role in shaping the formidable Maasai warrior culture that continues to resonate today. Becoming a warrior is a rite of passage for young Maasai men. Typically, this pivotal transition occurs through rituals and ceremonies that mark their journey from adolescence to adulthood. These rituals often involve tests of physical endurance, courage, and resilience. Maasai warriors undergo rigorous physical training to prepare for their vital role as community protectors. Training regimes include activities such as spear throwing, stick fighting, and endurance running, which are essential for hunting, defense, and conflicts with rival tribes. As guardians of the community, warriors are responsible for safeguarding their villages, livestock, and territory from external threats like predators and rival tribes. They regularly patrol borders to ensure the safety and security of their people. Adorned with distinctive attire and ornaments, warriors exhibit symbols of their status within Maasai society. Elaborate beadwork, traditional garments, and detailed hairstyles not only signify their warrior status, but also express their cultural identity and heritage. Guided by a strict code of conduct, Maasai warriors uphold values of bravery, loyalty, and respect for elders. They are expected to demonstrate courage in challenging situations, maintain loyalty to their community and leaders, and uphold Maasai traditions and customs. As warriors grow older, they transition into the respected role of elders within the community. This transition is marked by ceremonies and rituals that acknowledge their wisdom, experience, and contributions to Maasai society. They maintain a respected position as elders, participating in decision-making and preserving cultural traditions for future generations. Beyond their cultural contributions, the Maasai possess a profound understanding of the land and its wildlife, making invaluable contributions to conservation efforts to safeguard the region's unique ecosystems for future generations. At the core of Maasai society lies the age-set system, a traditional framework that organizes communities into distinct groups. Each individual belongs to an age set, bonded by shared experiences and responsibilities that span from childhood to elderhood. As protectors, the Morans play a pivotal role in safeguarding the village, ensuring the community's safety, and shielding their valuable cattle from threats posed by predators and rival tribes. Their position is highly respected and valued, symbolizing courage and strength. However, being a Moran isn't just about defense. It's also about fostering a sense of companionship and unity. Through shared experiences in living and training, they form enduring bonds that last a lifetime. The Maasai age-set system transcends physical prowess. It embodies a spiritual journey. Each stage is marked by rituals and teachings that impart the values and wisdom of the Maasai way of life. The elders, having traveled through all stages, are respected as the guardians of this knowledge. They hold authority as decision-makers, conflict mediators, and links between the spiritual and earthly kingdoms. Their counsel is highly sought after, particularly in matters of significance. Elderly responsibilities extend beyond governance to the preservation of traditions and oral histories. In a culture where historical accounts and laws are transmitted orally, elders serve as living depositories of the community's collective memory. They recount tales of ancestors, sing ancient battle songs, and recite the laws governing land and people. This forms the bedrock of Maasai identity, imparting crucial lessons to younger generations about their heritage and societal role. Community living and land management are integral components of Maasai life. Rejecting the concept of individual land ownership, the Maasai embrace communal landholding, where land is collectively managed and shared among the entire tribe. This communal feeling extends to their livestock, the backbone of their economy. Cattle represent sustenance and are symbols of wealth, social status, and cultural importance. They play a significant role in bride price negotiations and religious ceremonies, often serving as sacrificial offerings. Moreover, the communal lifestyle fosters a profound sense of belonging and mutual responsibility. Every member, regardless of age or gender, contributes to the community's well-being. Women are tasked with constructing manyatas, the traditional Maasai huts made from mud, sticks, and cow dung. They also oversee tasks such as water collection, cooking, and childcare. Meanwhile, men oversee cattle rearing, village defense, and communal decision-making. A typical day for a Maasai man reflects the deeply ingrained traditions and pastoral lifestyle that define Maasai culture. The day usually starts before sunrise, as the Maasai man begins by tending to the livestock. This involves hand-milking cows and goats, which is crucial for both sustenance and the community's well-being. Once the milking is done, the animals are allowed to graze under the watchful eye of the men. By late morning, after finishing up with the livestock, the Maasai man continues his duties with animal husbandry. This includes checking on the health of the livestock, giving any necessary treatments using herbs, and ensuring they have access to water and good grazing areas. Some men might also join in communal herding efforts, collaborating with other families to manage larger herds. As the day goes on, the Maasai man heads back home or gathers with other men to socialize. This often involves swapping stories or engaging in traditional activities like spear throwing or stick fighting, which serve as both recreation and displays of skill. After a midday break, the Maasai man returns to tasks around the homestead, such as maintaining the traditional dwellings or tending to crops and vegetable gardens. Some may even hunt for wild fruits and herbs to add to their family's meals. Evenings are filled with communal activities, such as attending village meetings, participating in religious rituals, or simply enjoying time with loved ones around a communal fire. Elders often pass on traditional knowledge through storytelling, helping to preserve the cultural heritage. As night falls, the Maasai man heads back to his manyata for some rest. Evenings are typically spent with family, sharing meals and conversation before turning in for the night. Some men might take turns watching the livestock to keep them safe until morning. As for a Maasai woman, a typical day revolves around her responsibilities within both the family and the wider community, firmly rooted in traditional norms and cultural practices. The day begins early, often before sunrise, as the Maasai woman starts her daily tasks. These typically involve tending to household chores such as fetching water from nearby sources, milking cows, and preparing breakfast for her family. These activities are essential for ensuring the well-being and nourishment of her household. After completing the morning chores, the Maasai woman focuses on caring for her family. This includes preparing meals for the day and attending to any elderly or unwell family members. These interactions not only fulfill practical needs, but also strengthen family bonds, fostering a sense of unity and support within the household. Many Maasai women also contribute to the management of livestock alongside their household duties. This may include herding cattle and goats to grazing areas, milking animals, and ensuring they have access to water and suitable pasture. Livestock are crucial for Maasai livelihoods, providing sustenance and income and holding cultural significance. Throughout the day, Maasai women participate in various community activities, such as attending village meetings, engaging in communal tasks like building or repairing homes, or socializing with other women. These interactions promote social cohesion and solidarity among Maasai women, strengthening community bonds. Craftsmanship and artistry are significant aspects of a Maasai woman's day, with many renowned for their skill in beadwork and other traditional crafts. During quieter moments, women may create jewelry, clothing, or decorative items, preserving cultural traditions and contributing to their family's income. As evening approaches, Maasai women often gather with family and neighbors for communal activities. This may include preparing and sharing meals, storytelling, singing traditional songs, or participating in cultural ceremonies. Evenings provide a time for relaxation, reflection, and strengthening community ties. This elaborate social structure, guided by age and gender roles, has sustained the Maasai for generations, enabling them to thrive amidst the challenges of the African savanna. However, it's important to acknowledge that this structure isn't rigid. It adapts to changing circumstances, ensuring the continued resilience and adaptability of the Maasai people. The Maasai community is increasingly finding a delicate balance between their long-standing traditions and the changing demands of modern life. Notably, there's a growing emphasis on education, with many Maasai children now attending schools. They are grappling with the dual challenge of preserving their ancestral heritage while actively engaging with the global community. However, amidst these shifts, the fundamental aspects of Maasai society remain deeply rooted in their age-set system and communal way of life, acting as the foundation of their community. Traditional customs and beliefs continue to mold various aspects of Maasai's existence. One such tradition, lion hunting, holds significant importance as a symbol of bravery and skill. Historically, hunting lions was a crucial rite of passage for young Maasai warriors, marking their journey into adulthood. But this practice was not just about the hunt. It involved spiritual rituals and profound respect for the hunted animal. In recent years, the Maasai tribe has given up this tradition in response to increased awareness of wildlife conservation, showcasing the Maasai's ability to modernize their age-old practices. The inception of the Maasai Olympics in 2012 is evidence of this transformation, specifically addressing concerns related to lion hunting among young Maasai warriors. The Maasai Olympics provides an alternate platform for Moran to display their physical prowess and courage. Historically showcased through lion hunts, the event includes a diverse range of athletic competitions mirroring skills traditionally honed for hunting and warfare, such as running, high jump, javelin throw, ranga throwing, and archery. Beyond its conservation goals, the Maasai Olympics also serves as a cultural celebration, enabling Moran to earn respect and recognition within their communities. Traditional Maasai performances, including songs, dances, and ceremonies, infuse the event with a lively and festive atmosphere. The measurable impact of the Maasai Olympics on wildlife conservation is noteworthy, with observable reductions in lion hunting reported in areas where the event is held. This success story serves as a model for conservation initiatives globally, illustrating the potential to align cultural practices with environmental preservation. Moreover, the Maasai tribe's traditions and values differ greatly. For example, in various cultures, spitting may be seen as rude, but it carries a distinctly positive meaning among the Maasai. It's considered a gesture filled with blessings and respect. For example, elders ritually spit on their hands before shaking hands. This act symbolizes the sharing of wisdom and good fortune. This tradition extends even to newborns who receive this blessing to ward off bad luck, and young warriors who undergo a similar ritual before embarking on significant journeys. At the core of Maasai society lies the role of the Laban, or traditional healer. Beyond treating physical ailments, the Laban serves as a spiritual guide and mediator between the Maasai and their deities. With extensive knowledge of medicinal plants and ancient rituals, the Laban not only heals, but also advises on community matters and conducts important ceremonies. This deep belief in natural remedies and spiritual healing underscores the Maasai's strong connection to the African savanna and their reliance on ancestral wisdom. Traditionally, Maasai burial customs have been unique. Instead of burying their dead, they believe burial harmed the earth, choosing instead to let their loved ones return to nature directly. In other words, the body is left in the wilderness for animals, while what's left is decayed. However, there has been a recent change, with more Maasai choosing burial for their departed family members. When a member of the Maasai community passes away, it is the responsibility of family members and close relatives to wash and prepare the body for burial. Traditional rituals often follow this process, including prayers and anointing the body with oils or herbs. The Maasai community takes great care in selecting burial sites, preferring locations with significant cultural or spiritual importance. These sites may include ancestral lands, sacred groves, or areas believed to be inhabited by protective spirits. The decision on the burial location is made carefully, respecting the wishes of the deceased and their family. In some instances, Maasai warriors are tasked with the duty of digging the grave for the deceased. This responsibility is carried out with respect and attention to detail, often accompanied by prayers and rituals to ensure the safe passage of the departed into the afterlife. The burial ceremony is a solemn and dignified occasion attended by family members, relatives, and community members. Traditional songs, chants, and prayers are performed to honor the deceased and seek blessings for their journey to the spirit world. Following the burial, a mourning period starts among family and community members. The duration of this period varies, with some families observing mourning rituals for several days or weeks. During this time, certain activities may be avoided, and customs are observed to honor the memory of the deceased. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. Marriage practices among the Maasai reflect their rich cultural heritage, embodying traditions passed down through generations. At the heart of these customs lies polygamy, a practice closely tied to social status and significance. Maasai men can have multiple wives, symbolizing wealth and respect. Polygamy in Maasai culture isn't just about marriage. It involves complex social obligations and deep personal connections. Polygamous unions within Maasai culture are governed by traditional laws and customs, symbolizing family partnerships rather than just individuals. The bride price negotiation, often involving cattle exchange, is a crucial part of the marriage process, highlighting the importance of cattle in Maasai society. In a polygamous household, wives often collaborate harmoniously, sharing household responsibilities and jointly raising their children. This cooperative living arrangement epitomizes the strong communal values that define Maasai society. One of the most fascinating yet frequently misunderstood aspects of Maasai marriage is the practice of wife sharing. This deeply rooted custom, governed by established norms and traditions, ensures it is conducted with dignity and mutual agreement. Contrary to common misconceptions, wife sharing is not a casual or random practice. It is a structured tradition believed to strengthen familial bonds and alliances. This custom reflects the deep sense of community and trust that characterizes the Maasai culture. Wife sharing is often associated with child naming and lineage. Children born from these shared unions are embraced and raised without stigma as part of the husband's family. The practice of wife sharing is primarily observed among close friends or peers who share similar social circles and have undergone initiation ceremonies together. Additionally, husbands may extend the privilege of sharing their wives with male guests as a sign of friendship and trust. It's important to note that this practice relies on mutual consent and trust and is not universally accepted among all Maasai. In this setup, the wife's agreement and autonomy must be prioritized, ensuring she controls her choices and behaviors. Wife sharing might occur at social gatherings like parties, ceremonies, or community events, where visitors or acquaintances are invited into the home. Typically, this custom involves traditional ceremonies, acts of hospitality, and social interactions, strengthening friendships and unity among community members. This aspect of Maasai culture underscores their unique approach to family and kinship. emphasizing communal connections and collective well-being over individual lineage. However, critiques from Western viewpoints about practices like wife-sharing within the Maasai tribe bring attention to a more extensive matter of cultural relativism. In the West, principles such as individual autonomy, consent, and equality hold significant importance, resulting in the acceptance and legal acknowledgement of LGBTQ rights, including same-sex marriage. At the same time, Maasai culture adheres to its distinct set of values, traditions, and norms that influence their social structures and behaviors. Wife sharing is consensual, just like same-sex marriage. Therefore, instead of criticizing this, the West should foster feelings of respect for others' cultures and traditions. The contrast between these cultural perspectives challenges the idea of universal ethical standards. It underscores the significance of comprehending and respecting cultural diversity, acknowledging that acceptability and taboo differ significantly across societies. This underscores the necessity for humility in Western approaches to global ethics, steering clear of ethnocentrism and cultural imperialism. Maasai women also excel as skilled artisans celebrated for their intricate beadwork, which holds cultural and economic significance. Many Maasai supplement their income by selling their beadwork to tourists, underscoring its vital economic role. This intricate craft is deeply steeped in tradition, with each bead pattern carrying specific meanings. Beadwork is utilized to craft exquisite jewelry pieces like necklaces, bracelets, and earrings, each narrating a unique story or symbolizing the wearer's social status and accomplishments. Distinctive dress and adornments often set apart Maasai individuals, serving as potent expressions of identity and societal standing. The iconic red-shuka, or Maasai blanket, is one of their most recognizable attire elements. This vibrant fabric, typically adorned with checks or stripes in red or blue, serves practical and symbolic purposes, with the color red holding special connotations of strength and valor. Hairstyles and body modifications also hold significant cultural meaning within Maasai society, serving as additional means for identity expression. Maasai warriors, known as morans, commonly sport long, thin braids dyed red with ochre, symbolizing their warrior status. Shaved heads are prevalent among women, esteemed for their beauty and associations with cleanliness. Both genders practice ear piercing and stretching, with embellished earlobes signifying beauty and maturity. Although Maasai traditional attire and adornments have evolved over time, preserving core elements, there have been adaptations, such as shifts in the materials used for beadwork. Initially crafted from natural materials like clay, wood, bone, and ivory, beadwork now incorporates modern materials, reflecting the dynamic evolution of Maasai cultural practices. In modern Maasai craftsmanship, glass beads have become popular due to their vibrant colors and durability. Despite these contemporary changes, traditional attire maintains its deep significance as a symbol of Maasai heritage, fostering pride and safeguarding their cultural story. Maasai clothing extends beyond ceremonial occasions, seamlessly integrating into daily life as a reminder of their ancestral roots. Amidst the rapid globalization erasing age-old traditions, the tireless commitment of the Maasai to their attire and ornaments shines through, demonstrating their resilience and steadfast dedication to preserving their cultural legacy. This enduring loyalty has firmly positioned the Maasai as one of Africa's most distinct and celebrated tribes, capturing the attention and admiration of people worldwide. The dietary habits and sustenance practices of the Maasai are closely intertwined with their pastoral lifestyle, reflecting a deep connection to their land and livestock. Products sourced from their cattle, such as milk, meat, and occasionally blood, are essential to their diet, serving as the foundation of traditional Maasai nutrition. Milk holds a respected status in Maasai culture, valued not only for its sustenance, but also as a symbol of vitality and nourishment. It is consumed daily, often in its natural form or transformed into a yogurt-like beverage. Beyond its nutritional value, milk is a tangible link to the cherished Maasai cattle, integral to their identity and way of life. While meat consumption is less frequent than milk, grand meat-centric ceremonies play a significant role in Maasai traditions, observed during important milestones like weddings, initiation ceremonies, or the ceremony marking the transition from warriors to elders. These communal gatherings of slaughtering and feasting strengthen social bonds and ensure equitable food distribution within the community. Agricultural practices among Maasai communities have historically faced limitations due to their nomadic way of life and the dry environments they inhabit. However, there has been a gradual shift in recent years, with some Maasai groups exploring small-scale agriculture. This transformation is partly spurred by changing environmental conditions and the need for a more diverse and dependable food supply. The cultivation of crops like maize, beans, and potatoes is on the rise, providing an additional source of sustenance and decreasing reliance solely on livestock. Due to this, the nomadic nature of the Maasai tribe is converting into a semi-nomadic nature, where the tribe leaves an area only if the land is infertile. Unlike earlier, when hunting was the only means of getting food, the Maasai tribe is now using land and knows its value, allowing it to grow crops that offer surplus food. Despite these adjustments, the Maasai maintain a strong attachment to their pastoral heritage. One of the most captivating aspects of Maasai culture is its distinctive language and communication methods. Ma, the Maasai language, belongs to the Nilotic language family and is renowned for its extensive use of vivid metaphors and proverbs. This linguistic richness mirrors the community's deep connection with their surroundings and their dedication to traditional customs. Ma includes specific terms and expressions related to cattle herding, pastoralism, and the natural world, underscoring the importance of these elements in Maasai life. It serves not only as a tool for daily communication, but also as a repository of cultural wisdom, preserving the traditions, values, and history of the Maasai people. Given the oral tradition of Maasai culture, Ma plays a vital role in passing down customs, tales, and knowledge from one generation to another. The Maasai's engagement with the outside world has also been shaped by their increasing participation in tourism and advocacy, serving as ambassadors of their culture. Many Maasai use their language and traditions to educate outsiders about their way of life, sharing their stories and customs with visitors. However, this exposure to external influences poses its own challenges. The Maasai have grappled with the danger of cultural dilution and misrepresentation. Their oral traditions' integrity and language purity face pressures from modernization and the digital age. Despite these challenges, the Maasai have shown resilience, actively working to safeguard their language and oral traditions. As for the Maasai's spirituality, it's profound. At the core of Maasai spirituality lies a monotheistic belief in a single deity known as Enai or Enkai. This deity embodies a dual nature: Enkai Narok, the benevolent and nurturing black god, and Enkai Nanoki, the vengeful and punishing red god. Enkai holds a central position in the Maasai's understanding of the world and their place within it. They believe Enkai permeates all things, influencing their interactions with the natural world and fostering respect and stewardship. The Maasai's bond with their cattle goes beyond economics. They see cattle as a gift from Enkai, symbolizing their covenant with the divine. Sacrifice serves as a profound expression of faith and dependence on the divine, strengthening the community's bond with Enkai. Sacred spaces are significant in Maasai religious belief. Certain locations, such as mountaintops or specific trees, are considered sacred, serving as venues for rituals and prayers. These revered sites often host communal gatherings and ceremonies. Furthermore, the Maasai culture boasts a wealth of oral myths and legends that shed light on the beginnings of the world, their people, and their connection with Enai. According to their beliefs, the world began as a vast and shapeless void, later sculpted by their deity, Enkai, who brought forth the earth, sky, and all living beings. At the core of their creation tale lies the notion that Enkai bestowed upon their cattle, which descended from the sky tethered by a long bar rope, forging a profound bond between the Maasai and their livestock. This myth not only outlines the genesis of the world, but also underscores the Maasai's sacred responsibility to safeguard and cherish their cattle, viewed as a direct conduit to the divine. These stories and oral records are told at night meals. In Maasai culture, the evening carries a special significance as families come together to share food and create meaningful moments collectively. As darkness falls, relatives gather around a communal fire outside their traditional homestead, referred to as a manhada, to prepare and enjoy their evening meal. This gathering provides a vital opportunity for bonding, storytelling, and reinforcing familial ties. Typically, the evening tradition begins with the female leaders of the family, such as mothers or grandmothers, assuming responsibility for cooking the meal. They prepare traditional dishes using locally sourced ingredients, such as maize, beans, vegetables, and meat sourced from the family's own livestock. While the food cooks, family members gather around the fire, sitting closely on stools or mats arranged in a circle. The flickering flames of the fire offer both warmth and light, establishing a welcoming and intimate atmosphere conducive to sharing stories and connecting with one another. Once the meal is ready, it is served communally, with each family member receiving a portion of the prepared dishes. This act of sharing food signifies unity, equality, and the significance of communal solidarity within Maasai society. As they partake in the meal, family members engage in lively conversation, exchanging stories, anecdotes, and reflections on the day's events. Elders often take advantage of this opportunity to impart traditional wisdom, teachings, and values to the younger generation, thus safeguarding the cultural heritage of the Maasai people. Beyond providing sustenance for their bodies, the evening meal nourishes the spirits of those gathered, fostering a sense of belonging, security, and closeness among family members. These shared moments cultivate bonds of love, respect, and mutual support that strengthen the social fabric of Maasai society and contribute to the well-being of all its members. You should know that in recent years, the Maasai have witnessed shifts in religious beliefs, with some individuals embracing Christianity or Islam. These new spiritual influences have led to a fusion of traditions, with traditional Maasai spirituality coexisting alongside the teachings of these global religions. As globalization has advanced, the Maasai have increasingly found themselves at the crossroads of their traditional lifestyle and the modern world. This convergence is particularly evident in their involvement with tourism, which has become a significant aspect of their interaction with the outside world. Tourism in Maasai regions offers visitors a unique opportunity to immerse themselves in a vastly different lifestyle. Many tourists are drawn to the Maasai's vibrant culture, traditional attire, and pastoral practices. Numerous Maasai communities have established cultural villages where visitors can learn about their customs, participate in traditional dances, and observe or even engage in daily activities such as cattle herding or craft making. These cultural encounters serve as a valuable source of income for the Maasai, enabling them to sustain their communities while safeguarding their cultural heritage. Visitors often get the opportunity to observe traditional beadwork and jewelry making, with the option to purchase these handmade items as souvenirs, directly supporting the artisans. Additionally, tourists can learn about Maasai medicinal plants and their use in traditional healing practices. However, engaging with tourism also brings challenges. There's a fine balance between showcasing Maasai culture for educational and economic benefits and the risk of cultural exploitation and commercialization. Now, let's know about the story of a white woman who had come to visit the Maasai culture, but fell in love with a Maasai man and decided to spend the rest of her life with him. This woman's name is Corinne Hoffman, who shared her story in her best-selling book, The White Maasai, offering a fascinating portrayal of love, cultural immersion, and resilience. Born in Switzerland in 1960, Hoffman's life took an unexpected turn during a holiday to Kenya in 1986, propelling her onto a path that forever altered her perspective on life, love, and cross-cultural understanding. While vacationing in Mombasa, a coastal city in Kenya, Hoffman encountered Linga Lepamoro, a member of the Samburu tribe closely associated with the Maasai. The Maasai and Samburu have similar languages and cultural practices, often causing confusion between the two. Despite significant language and cultural barriers, Hoffman immediately connected with Linga's striking presence and traditional attire. This strong bond prompted Hoffman to make a life-changing decision. She sold her belongings and moved from Switzerland to Kenya to be with Linga. This marked the start of her transformative journey into the Samburu way of life, filled with challenges, revelations, and personal development. Living in a traditional Samburu village, Hoffman experienced a lifestyle drastically different from her upbringing in Switzerland. She adapted to a life without modern amenities like running water and electricity. Hoffman's marriage, conducted in a traditional Samburu ceremony, further solidified her integration into the community. However, she faced significant cultural shocks, grappling with the language barrier and the community's gender roles and expectations. One of Hoffman's most significant challenges was related to health. Living in a remote area with limited access to medical facilities, she confronted illnesses like malaria, highlighting the harsh realities of rural African life. Despite these obstacles, Hoffman profoundly appreciated Samburu culture, embracing their dietary habits, clothing, and social customs. The birth of her daughter added a new dimension to Hoffman's experience. Raising a child in such a different cultural environment brought both joy and challenges, further intertwining her life with the Samburu community. However, after 4 years in Kenya, the cumulative impact of cultural differences, marital difficulties, and concerns for her daughter's future prompted Hoffman to return to Switzerland. Although this marked the end of her time in the Samburu village, her connection to Kenya and its people remained strong. Back in Switzerland, Hoffman penned The White Maasai, a biography chronicling her extraordinary experiences. The book captured the attention of readers worldwide and was later adapted into a film. Through her writing, Hoffman shared the complexities of her cross-cultural romance, offering a glimpse into a world divergent from Western norms. Isn't it true that tribes like Maasai should not be taught how to spend their lives? Do you believe they should be left alone instead of asking them to give up practices like polygamy and wife sharing? In the comment section right below, let us know your thoughts about why Western ideas like LGBTQ are not considered strange, but cultures of African tribes are ridiculed. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.